And there's just so much to unpack with any interaction. Big shout out to Makoto Fox for the raid, but looks like we're getting straight into our very first set. As you said, you got a cool character there. I got a cool character as well. We both have a horse in this race. Merkava versus Kaguya. Gravyjones versus Nitrobolt. Let's get right into it. Gravyjones actually representing Waz D and hoping to make it pretty far on this bracket. I know that they've been improving a lot recently with their Merkava.
Good blocks on the side switch on that 3C. You know, it's quite annoying for a lot of people because it can catch you by surprise.
Okay, we're just going to rebeat with a 2A, but yeah, great counter hit from Nitro right there with the 2A mash. Wow, that beat dive kick, but that kind of makes sense too because that second hit of the 2C has a bit of a vertical hitbox attached to it.
Yeah, it's a launcher. She needs it. And there we go. We're just ending it quickly with 63C.
Let's grab on Wake Up right here, and Gravyjones going to capitalize off that, trying to get the full combo, but that's very hard too. The timing has to be very precise to make that cancel into J214C very late. There it is. Yeah, you see the dash C coming in, and that gives you plenty of time to go for that 236C and a fantastic reversal option because it travels so far horizontally.
Yeah, unfortunately, Nitro wasn't able to convert off that 2B2. It can be a little awkward sometimes getting that second hit when you're not ready for it.
And a great opening for Gravyjones right here. Not going for the optimal, which is okay because we can get the worm setup right here, 2-2C. And there's the flight Oki. Great block on the overhead, but couldn't block the low right after. And we're just going to juice that damage as much as possible. But the worms can be a bit weird as you see that drop right there. It makes it very tricky to combo off of if you're not quite ready for where they launch, how high they launch. But Gravyjones, it does not matter for them because they get the perfect right there, beating Nitro in game number 1. And so far things are running very smoothly, which is good to see, but it looks like we're getting right back into things as we get into game number 2.
Yeah, definitely can't, if you're Nitro, can't let this affect anything. I mean, it's Merkava. There's a lot of setups, and Kaguya can't really just do defense options against this character without, you know, not having any meterless reversal and 623C not being the biggest in the worlds.
Yeah, it does help a lot, especially because it can help a lot in certain situations, especially in 3C mix-ups that Gravyjones might want to go for, or for Flight Oki if he gets a little too high because it has a very high vertical reach, obviously. But Nitro will not be needing to use a reversal right here because they find a combo here in the corner, get the setup, gets the bombs. Oh no, that
4B gets changed through.
Here, and they're going for something very simple. Guaranteed damage, guaranteed knockdown, a solid JC hits, and Gravyjones is ready to convert and ready for that side swap as well. Going to build up some meter along with it and going to get enough for that 2-2C. Trying to go for the safe jump setup, but the 6-2-3C coming out on Gravyjones, trying to press a button, probably a 2A attempt.
Yeah, can't meaty Kaguya. You can get too comfortable meatying Kaguya because you know she doesn't have an actual reversal. But once she gets that 100 meter, you got to be a little more careful, especially when you're just 1 DPs away from death.
2-2C setup once again, and yeah, there's the 2A coming down, going for that low instead of the overhead. Yeah, and there you go. Nitro not going to bite this time on 2CC, which is punishable if not canceled, but Gravyjones is doing something very smart where he goes into that 6-2-3A, which is plus on block, so it's a great pressure reset if you end up going for something committal like 2CC.
Cool. Yeah, you see Nitro here trying to fish out with 6-6C. Unfortunately, Gravy's just intent to just sit there up top and fly over it and don't need to interact.
Yeah, he's also very content with just sitting back as well and shielding a lot of these lasers. Basically just free grid being given to him. And I also like how Gravyjones is taking control of neutral right here because Nitro is trying to use a lot of these lasers, which have great horizontal reach being hit scanned. But the thing is, they have a low reach as well. So Gravyjones can really capitalize off of that with moves like 3C, 6-6C, and Flight as well with the fireballs.
Speaking of 3C, that's twice now Nitro's anti-aired with 3C. But unfortunately, that combo does not like to exist after it. 3C is not meant to be an anti-air button.
Yeah, it's not meant to be an anti-air button, but it definitely is useful. It's useful in certain situations to be used as one. Normally, you think of 4B as Merkava's anti-air, but 3C does have that rising hitbox that not a lot of people really think of. And it's really effective, especially in the mirror, where Merkava can 3C your 3C on reaction. And it's really crazy stuff. But great job to Gravyjones moving on into round 2, winning those 2 games in a row to take that set over Nitro. But here we go.
We got Nitrobolt versus Goose Lover. That is quite the name
Goose
pair.
Lover 42069. God, I love fighting games and their weird names. But here we go. We got our next match coming up, and it's a player that I mentioned already. Smiles is up with the wall scene, playing against that one dude Gordo. On the Gordo. Now, if I know Smiles, there's one thing Smiles is going to want to do. He's going to get in your face, and he's just going to command grab you. That's exactly what he's going to do. He does it all the time. He's one of the most aggressive wall scenes when it comes to using those command grabs. But that one dude finds the first hit, denying him that chance, and he doesn't have meter either, so he can't go for a wake-up command grab either. And you can just kind of get this free free pressure just continuously right now as he continuously finds these hits against Smiles trying to mash out.
Yeah, this is definitely half the battle of Smiles is avoiding his command grabs and offense. The other half is trying to keep him off 100 meter for as long as possible, because he can and will wake up command grab you the first chance he smells anything. You might even see it right here.
Oh, one more hit, and there
Never mind.
Is.
Wait.
Smiles probably banking on a reversal right there, a mash attempt. I mean, what can you do right there when you only have a pixel of life left? And you can tell that Smiles is really struggling to deal with these big ranges that one dude is playing at, using these giant scythe normals and also his force functions, especially when he gets into that vorpal state, because it buffs the range and size of that force function. It's basically the claws. You'll see it can use it a lot at that full screen range, and it's really, really tough for Volstein to work around. And seeing it once again, that one not even spending any shift, just keeping onto that vorpal state because he wants that vorpal trait.
Good. Oh, gets the grab again, and there, yeah, you have to veil off here. If you're Smiles, you just have no life whatsoever. Gets a little bit of a punish here and is able to get the final EX, trying to get pressure. And now has to deal with a veil off from Splatter's own.
VO in return. Not really much Smiles could have done there. Oh my gosh, we were just going for the multiple empty assaults, but a great assault in from Smiles. And there it is, the grid break, and can probably kill right here. Going to spend that chain shot, but no, not able to kill. It's okay though. Walks up, command grab. It's all right. We almost dropped the game right there. That was scary, but Smiles is holding on.
It was just a reset.
It was just.
He wanted the grab.
The mental damage, right? Hey, Smiles sitting on full meter right now, full bar to work with, but once again playing at this range against that one dude can be really tough, throwing out these force functions, throwing out these scythe normals, and not really much you can do to counter poke against it. And once he does get in your face, you can just go for these command grabs.
Oh, there it is.
Steal your vorpal, steal your grid, and Smiles is going to go for a command grab of his own.
Yeah, chain shifts to just keep it going. You're going to be in the corner against a gets baited.
This combo is going to run that VO timer to 0 right now. We're just going to play it patient. You know, he still has a bit of VO on hand, and there it is. Now it's gone. Now it's time for Smiles to take back his turn.
Yeah, Smiles as though just content to be a little more patient. Knows he has such a meter advantage. Gets the grid break with that throw. You can't be shielded those. And yep, from what looks like a very dominant round from Spire initially, just ended up going Smiles' way. Found what he needed.
Yeah, Smiles really just playing that average grappler, you know what I mean? Well, average top grappler, where he just plays very patient, right? Just waits for his opportunity, whether it is to get into you or you come to him, right? And then once he finds his opportunity to mash out on defense, on offense, then he can finally get things started, force those RPS situations, those uncomfortable RPS situations, because there's a threat of that command grab. So, yeah, Smiles is doing really well right now, but so is that one dude. I mean, that one dude had a very dominant first round and was still looking pretty good even in those later rounds as well. But Smiles is holding on this pressure. Not going to hold it for any longer, though, as that one dude does get this cross-up right here. I think they wanted to make that combo go for longer. I'm not too sure, but it's okay because they have this corner pressure going. And they also had that vorpal state for chain shift.
Get one for a strike after the second throw. We're not going 3 times in a row. But what will happen is getting consistently sent back to the corner. Throw into the chain shift. Barely was able to get enough damage to kill on the table. Gonna try and get a comeback here. One dude, but Miles says no.
Yeah, and once again, Smiles is just bringing this back. Full circle, double circle, assaults in. Oh, that one, dude, going for that invincible command grab right there. And obviously that is jumpable.
Miles keeping in this neutral, tries to assault in, gets sent out, uses Veil off to just get right back in. And gets, what are we ending it here? No, we're not going to end it with anything, just the command grab.
Yeah, the gold command grab too.
Are we getting enough meter to end it with EX? No, just barely enough.
All right, this is that one, dudes. Time to bring it back. Has a lot of meter on the table. Has the Vorpal State as well. 4K damage easy in the corner, but there it is. The ground slam. Hitting that one, dude, right in the face. Trying to approach, and he's just going to approach. Round start with the Grim Reaper. All right.
And right now, Smiles answering.
It's never
drop straight into command grab. Right, the Smile special.
Yeah, once again, he's command grabbing you at every opportunity he gets. This man is a beast.
I didn't drop. I'm just routing you into command grab.
All right, once again, Smiles is going to play patient, just going to respect the VO that one dude has. And there it is. Now that he spent it, now that he has Vorpal State, now he can finally make his way back in. There's the assault, there's the body slam, and there is the opening that Smiles needs. Can we kill right here? Has a lot of meter on hand for something like IW. Tries to go for the steer ender. I think maybe drop the IW finisher. It's okay though. Smiles didn't even need to use the meter in the end to take that round and take that set as Smiles takes a 2-0 over that one dude. I'm going to be interested to see what both of these players that we have up next are going to play around that Vorpal cycle. Now that you're keeping that in mind, now that you're keeping in mind the decisions that you have to make around this system, I think watching this set right here is really going to open things up as we have Soul Bad Guy Wonder and Silicon's grand return to Aegis Esports, coming back from their first tournament back in like the very first Aegis Esports, and they haven't played since. So it's really cool to see them back right now. Very strong Chaos, and Soul Bad Guy Wonder, a pretty solid hide as well. And I'm really interested to see how Soul Bad Guy Wonder not only plays around Chaos's neutral, but really figures out how to delete Ozzy, and we're seeing that come into play right now.
Yeah, deleting Ozzy from the few Chaos matches that I've been lucky enough to watch, Ozzy has been the X factor in all of them. Whether or not Ozzy is actively doing something like what Silicon has him doing right now, or is just being a nuisance there, just something you gotta kill, and just comes out of nowhere too. And Soul Bad Guy Wonder is very much on the back foot.
Yeah, he plays a bit of a different zoning game, right? Because these are all disjointed specials, disjointed moves that Ozzy is throwing out, and you can't really hurt Silicon by killing Ozzy. I mean, you can, like when he's not in the Vorpal State, but it's very minuscule, right? And you can just go for this very reliable, very safe pressure from full screen, like we're seeing right here, and can lead to full combos, can lead to mix if you're not careful on your approach. And I want to see Soul Bad Guy try to shield a bit more against Silicon right now, because the thing is, Silicon as Chaos doesn't really have a lot of mix. Like, he doesn't have that many high lows. He has to rely a lot more on stagger pressure, like we're seeing right here. And as I said, even though you have to use shield a little bit more often, at the same time you have to be careful when you use shield, because if they properly react to your shield, then they can go for a throw and get that grid break.
Yeah, and right now, Silicon are really just showing a defensive and offensive mastery. Old Bad Guy Wonder is really having to fight for all of these interactions. Nothing is getting given up easy.
Yeah, but now
has the corner pressure for the first time.
Yeah, and this is really good too because now Silicon doesn't have chain shift, and also Silicon doesn't have a metered reversal, doesn't have a regular reversal as Chaos. His defense is very weak. He has to rely on these system mechanics like guard thrust if he wants to get out of this pressure, or for very smart throw techs like that where he can get plus right afterwards. There's the force function usage coming in from Soul Bad Guy Warner, actually sniping Silicon in the corner, leading to a pretty solid combo right here. And we're going to spend that meter to kill right there. Silicon takes a round and evens it up here, but Silicon with the meter advantage, and that can be a very scary thing because once again that full screen pressure can be very deadly, and also once he's up close to you, that staggered pressure can also be very deadly. But it looks like Soul Bad Guy Warner is keeping up with things. Well, I think that's a bit of an understatement right now. He has a huge lead right now.
Keeping up with things, casual, almost 4,600 damage combo. And now it's all in Silicon. The ball's in Silicon's court. Silicon can make zero mistakes. Because even just a throw here at this point could spell death. And right now we're seeing Silicon just take this all in stride and is about to just end it all on this one game.
Will this be enough to kill Ozzy? Chasing him up, coming back down, and there it is, the ultimate spider super. Silicon able to take him out with that final combo right there, really optimizing it as much as possible, spending all of the resources that they could at that moment, and Silicon is looking strong going into game number 2, but Soul Bad Guy Warner also has a chance because really just took Silicon down to the wire right there.
Yeah, and Silicon really had to kill there because Soul Bad Guy, someone with the name Soul Bad Guy is just looking to DPU on wake up, and in a one-hit situation, it was gonna come out.
Looks like Silicon, going to win the Vorpal Cycle right now. And actually winning the Vorpal Cycle is super important for Chaos. Yes, Chain Shift is great for defense, obviously, because he relies on the system mechanics, but also unlocks different things because of the Vorpal trait. If Ozzy gets killed, then he doesn't lose HP. Ozzy's 623A and B are fully invulnerable. And his specials with Ozzy can be canceled on Whiff, which is kind of crazy.
Yeah, Whiff canceling is usually one of the strongest properties a move can have. It's like, oh, you want to whiff punish me? Psych, you thought.
Oh no, dropped it! So Bad Guy Warner definitely could have killed right there, and I know they are not happy about that. They dropped the game, the round-winning combo right there because they had so much meter, so many resources to work with, and that's truly unfortunate. But now we're going into this next round with full resources for both of these players, and Hyde is such a high damage character as well, but in order to get that damage, he needs to find an opening first, and Silicon is doing a great job at just blocking all of this.
Yeah, but Silicon also is on the back who could not get that extension. Has to go for a back throw to get back into the corner pressure. Gets the grid break to boot. No combo, but it sets up for this next combo does kill.
Oh yeah, there it is, coming in. You try to approach after the fireball. No, the tail whip is going to find it smart. We're going straight to the CVO for the easy confirm, the easy kill, and Silicon is going to take game number 2 in convincing fashion. Great job to Silicon as they move on into winners round 3. Soul Bad Guy kind of needed to get those throws if he wanted really any real mix right there, because those force functions can be super expensive, and those force functions are really his only access to his overheads. And it looks like we have another Hyde coming up, so we can see how Toast plays Hyde different from how Soul Bad Guy Warner also played. Toast, a top level Under Night player, also a top level Smash player as well. I'm not too sure how many people know that. And here we have Soulsong, another top player, actually representing the Wagner right now.
Yeah. This is new for me because I don't get to see Wagner like at all. I haven't seen them on any of the Aegis I've been. There's no Wagner player I know of in my local scene as of yet. So
yeah, this is what Wagner is playing the game right now.
Oh my gosh, the grid break again. The block on the DP. Oh no, fatal mistake incoming.
Yeah, there it is. That will be enough to kill. Didn't need to spend any resources. Went for the steer ender for an easy finish. And I like how players have been playing, right? Going for the CVOs, going for the steer enders, you know, just easy finishes. Very reliable. They don't have to do anything extra to get those kills. And fear dropping their combos, which I'm sure like you've done their combos like a million times, right? You know, it's ingrained in their muscle memory, but at the same time with the nerves in these tournaments, those drops can be very real.
Yeah, especially because this is top 8 qualifiers, so every game matters here. You want to ensure you get in on that winner's side, like Soulsong is already prepping to do going up game 1.
Yeah, and Soulsong just looking really good right there, using all of Wagner's tools to the best of their capabilities. Just very strong pressure, very strong neutral. I mean, Wagner has a very simple neutral, but a very strong neutral, and I think that's really important. They're not really throwing out a lot of tools, but the tools that they do throw out are very powerful, especially against Toast right here, as we can see, because Soulsong was able to take such commanding leads in these games.
And the biggest thing about this set too so far that I've noticed is that this is really a game about who makes one mistake first, because Toast is being nice and patient and is just losing these singular interactions, just guessing wrong once, and then there goes a chunk of your health bar. Oh my gosh, yeah, you have no choice but to guess wrong when you face a DP.
Yeah, dive coming right down on top of your head, cracking it wide open. 3.5k drops it in the end right there, but it's okay because they have such a huge lead. But now they're getting pushed into the corner. Not anymore. Force function out. The giant pillar, the discount power geyser coming out and giving Soulsong an edge in that neutral because it's very big hitbox, right? And you can just take advantage of it with that shield charge as well. Here you go, Toast locking Soulsong into the corner, and there's the throws that I'm talking about. Hyde is one of the only characters in the game that can combo off of their throws, but it can only be comboed off of if they're in the corner like that.
Yeah, and now just has that second hit as well. There's going to be one more touch, one more guess for Soulsong here. All this damage is casually 4,500 gets the high. Oh, that was a dirty setup there with chain shift.
Yeah, and I like that that air normal as well because it is multi-hitting, it is very active, so you got to make sure that you're very proactive with how many of those you block, and it's much harder to fuzzy because of that.
One look at Soulsong go, routing the DP straight back into the corner. Unfortunately, Toast finds an escape and is going to get actually just sent right back. He's like, cool, you don't want to be in the right corner? Let's go to the left one.
Yeah, Wagner, insane corner carry. And Toast, you know, not so much, but can definitely bring you into the corner right here. Has the resources to spend, and we're going to spend it straight into IW. I like the usage of that final bit of VO right there, cashing out as much as possible. But Soulsong has that DP. You have to respect it. Has the chain shift as well. It might get it again, but no. Toast finds the match out, drops the combo. Soulsong hanging on. It has a VO. This is going to be really tough. You have to respect things like that dive, but now Soulsong is without meter in, and it catches Toast.
Oh, the game was just hitting off that one critical drop.
I know Defiant's representing this character here around, like, you know, TNS, Wazi a bit as well, but not too much on Aegis.
Yeah, and this character, I don't know if we're able to see on stream now.
No, he's up now. And Kidu is up. There it is. The curtains are pulled away. The character is revealed. Let's see how Defiant rocks this character right now. And immediately we're using that force function. Oh my god. It's a good button. It is very good. Here we go, Squish playing this defense havoc in. Yeah, and you have to play really careful around mashing against Enkidu, right? Because he has that havoc as his unique trait, as his verbal trait, and even if he trades with you, he can still get combos. It's basically heavy counter hits.
Yeah, but all that combo means nothing once Akatsuki gets started. This man is also quite the oppressive pressure haver. And gets the throw, gets the second one. Please go for a third. No, we're going for the low as the...
Yeah, Kotsky, very simple pressure, you know, a lot of 2A stagger pressure, and just mixes in throws a lot, mixes in plus frames a lot, and mixes in a lot of spacing traps that you gotta be aware of and know which buttons you can press against a Kotsky at those ranges, or you're just gonna get smoked entirely by moves like 2B, by moves like dash B, right? So you gotta play really careful around mashing against him, and so do you have to play again. So you also have to play careful against Defiant as well as Enkidu, as we said before. But here we go. We're immediately starting off with that 236C Fireball, just a really effective way of just controlling that neutral space. Its plus is very big. It's hard to avoid, and we're just going to spend it right there. Once again, staying plus in your face, but great shields from Defiant, getting that Vorpal state and just catching out with that chain shift, getting that meter. And even though they're in this combo right there, right here, they have a lot of meter to work with.
Oh, good patience. Gets a little whiff punish there from Squish being a little too early. No combo, though. Finds the counter hit. And this will be the combo damage that Defiant wants to get started.
IW being spent. What's the number? 4.5k. You know, I kind of expected a bit more. I kind of expected a bit more.
Yeah, it's Squish just championing of I don't care that you just did 4.5k to me was probably, like you said, a little unoptimal. We're going next.
Yeah, we're locking into the Enkidu. And yeah, Defiant really just bolstering their skills with the entire cast right now. You know, Enkidu, their 53rd best character in the game.
53rd?
Yeah, 53rd best character in the game, 54th is like Merkava or something like that. You know, Defiant just plays
okay.
They're very proficient with all of them.
I see an agenda here.
There is no agenda. Yeah, there's the force function using again, but there is that limited range tied to it as well, and Squish is going to take advantage of that.
Now Squish taking a little bit of time to get the concentrate, wants to get this Vorpal in line, gets it just barely.
Yeah, they get it. They're going to spend it. They want that meter. We're just going to concentrate from full screen. We're going to VO from full screen as well. Yo, folks, this is undernight. The Tatsu hits. The raw Tatsu hits. Straight into IW. What game are we playing? Chain shift at the end to get that meter refund? Squish. Squish. I want to look into your head. What are you doing? What are you thinking?
I do want to just remind everyone, this is a top 8 qualifier match, by the way. We just saw the concentration handshake, but even all of that doesn't going to matter. Defiant's gonna figure out the line to kill through.
Defiant's like, you're all a gimmick. You're a gimmick. That's what you are. You get all this damage from just B Tatsu raw. Madman. Here you go. Defiant finds the first good hit here in this round and has such a pretty big lead right now, but you have to respect that chain shift, you have to respect that celestial, and there it is. Squish is running right in. Look at that meter, just 300 meter right there to work with. That is insane. We're just going to keep on spamming, keep on hammering that 236C to get in your face, but to no avail, as Defiant has found the great match points, great anti-airs, and is able to lock Squish back into the corner right here.
And just a little side, we got a Luffle raid in here. Thanks for the raid. Enjoy some of this great uni action. We're in the top 8 quals. Hope y'all all are going to stay for what is currently going to be a game 3. We got one on the board for each player, for Defiant and for Squish.
Yeah, both very strong players, obviously. You know, Squish playing the Akatsuki, kind of representing Salty a bit, you know, representing the Akatsuki's a bit. Salty not attending this Aegis Esports, didn't attend last week either. I don't think they attended before that either. So they've been absent a bit, and we have Squish here to give us that Akatsuki fix. Hopefully trying to make it into top 8 here, because Squish hasn't really made top 8 too often. They've only made it 2 times before, and their best placement was 5th place. So I know they want to make it much further than that 5th place placement, maybe even 4th, maybe even 3rd, maybe even 1st place, but the competition is tight, and they have to get through Defiant here first, and they want to get into that winner's side of top 8 to start things off, and Squish is going to start this round off strong as they find the first good, real combo right here to throw Defiant into the corner.
Yeah. And right now, this corner pressure is going very straight. The grid break with the throw. You've got 1 touch left in you. Defiant can't be guessing wrong, and unfortunately, There's no guessing right against that.
Yeah, and the thing is like 6FF, 6 force function is a great move to toss out, but you have to play very careful because once again, that range can be limited. And if you react to it in time, especially if you're trying to parry through those fireballs, destroy those fireballs, then Squish can easily just easily punish you for those options. And we've been seeing Squish do that multiple times in this set.
Oh, there we go. Change it. We also see Defiant do a lot where an accidental meaty will come out way too early. It will be chain shift, and we're just going to try again. Which may or may not be the best case use for chain shift right now. Not against Squish. But I mean, Squish is just getting throw into low. Once again, oh my gosh, we're styling. We're ending the set in style.
The Japanese letter in the background that I don't even know what they mean. And Squish moving on 2-1, beating Defiant here on winner's side and moving on into the winner's side of top 8. Finalizing here, we got our winner side finished up and the loser side is catching up right now. To give y'all a refresher on who is playing in that winner side of top 8, we have Big Black versus Smiles, which will be our very first set, and we also have Squish versus Soulsong. Down in losers, we have CG already confirmed for that loser side spot. And Kopi, how excited are you to get into this top 8? Because I am excited to see these players duke it out.
I am very excited. I'd be more excited if we had Kaguya able to be on screen. But we've got Big Black, Smile, Squish, and Soulsong here on the winner's side. So they're going to be grimy, long sets. They all want to claim that winner's final spot.
But before we get into this set, big shout out to OmniDig for the raid. Always cool to see that. But here we go. Big Black versus Smiles, and Big Black busting out the Tsurugi yet again. Once again, like Big Black has kind of just, you know, he's been using Tsurugi here and there, sometimes in Aegis Esports, sometimes in VOD, but has been focusing a bit more on Byakuya, especially during the crossover arc era that time around that tournament. But I guess not really training for too much at the moment, so just practicing that Tsurugi a little bit more. Here we go. Smiles with the advantage, maining Wallstein, so, you know, has that advantage of knowing this character a lot more and getting that command grab. Big Black yet to find a single hit on Smiles this entire round.
Yeah, Smiles, again, like Smiles was earlier, just very confident in that defense. Especially now, the only damage has been a little bit of chip. Even Text the throw gets that counter hit after. Oh my gosh, defense is the name of the game.
Yeah, and this is a character that Smiles doesn't really need to worry about too much when it comes to offense, because it can be very easy to react to Tsurugi's overheads, to his throws, if, you know, he's not playing careful.
There's something that was coming out from Big Black there at the end. I wonder if it was a misinput on a invulnerable move there. Fortunately.
I think that was a 236C attempt, I want to say. That's usually what Tsurugi's will go for. No, tries to go for a run-up assault.
Yeah.
Not today.
Not with Smiles just sitting there menacingly.
He's going to sit here menacingly once again. Run up, throw. Big Black throwing Smiles into the corner, throwing him again. Can't combo off of it, but it's okay because we're getting consistent damage right now. That's 3 throws. Are we going to get another? It seems like that's the only way to reliably open up Smiles. And as I say that, 6C cracking Smiles overhead, not wearing a helmet, not able to finish the combo. Smiles is living.
Yeah, we had that wake up double circle. Oh my gosh, I just blocked. I don't know if I'm minus. I don't care if you're plus. Guess what? You're going to eat this throw regardless.
Oh, the throw is going to come at some point. I want to say 214B, 214B. Oh, and the run assault punishes Smiles right there. And we're just going to go for the immediate 2-3-60 once again. Smiles not going to bite this time around. And I like what Big Black did right there. You know, once they went for that 2-3-60, they actually went for an assault, trying to bait out that reversal attempt that Smiles has been throwing out so far. So there's that adjustments starting to come in.
Unfortunately, Big Black gets caught concentrating. Yeah, you know, Smiles just sees that as a command grab opportunity.
Backing Going up, 236C, works as an anti-air, works as a pressure tool, works as a neutral skip. It does your taxes. Such a great move. And look at that, 4.2k off of that starter, and you're in the corner. And Big Black able to find the final combo here, keeping it simple, keeping it clean, beating out Smiles here in game number 1.
Absolutely. Keeping it simple is even more important against Smiles than arguably anybody else in this bracket tonight, because Smiles will punish you. And even if that punish is just a quick command grab, you're eating more damage than you ever want to. And Smiles will make you really feel the weight of your mistimed combos, dropping them, or even just, making a little mistake as your meaty.
And you can see that Big Black is playing a bit hesitant about using these force functions. It's a great tool to use in neutral, it's a great tool to use in pressure, but at the same time, it's very susceptible to throws. And that's one of the main ways that Smiles is going to open you up right here. As we see it right now, as Big Black gets grid broken. And there's another throw coming in. Are we going to see a third one? Counter hit on the 214B, but Big Black is able to stay in because Smiles was dropping that combo right there. Couldn't quite confirm off of it.
As long as Smiles is able to have health, not going to care about this change shift after getting hit. Oh me, Smiles is just ready.
Whiffs it, cancels into the 236C, hoping to catch Big Black off guard. And Smiles is definitely able to catch Big Black off guard right here as they find that combo going straight into the steer ender, getting that hard knockdown, and now you have to guess strike, throw, and once again strike, throw every single one of these knockdowns. Though Big Black is still playing great defense right now, just holding it down, but it's going to get opened up at some point if they can't find their way out.
Oh, tries to get out again, could not press at the right time, and with yet another throw smacked into the ground. Read 1-1 on that board.
That was a Smiles round. That was a Grapplers round right there. Was in Big Black's head, and Big Black couldn't get out in that situation as Smiles evens up the set count to 1-1. Still though, one more game, and because both these players already won one, it could go either way at this point. Smiles making the adjustments needed in return to Big Black, but Big Black also making adjustments as well. These are both top players in this game with these characters, and Smiles is off to a great start, off to the races with this knockdown, pushing Big Black into the corner, and Mike with the Vorpal Cycle right here is looking really tough, and we're going to go for that Assault actually to win that Vorpal Cycle too. A bit of a commitment, right? But was able to build up so much Vorpal gauge because of it.
And already we've got such a massive meter disparity for Smiles here as 200. I wonder if we're going to see anything spent in this combo. No, we're just going to let it rock. Try and get another hit here from Smiles. Top tier defensive abilities to end it without using any. Oh, we're just going to use 100 meter as a wake up grab. Goodbye health.
Yeah, you're in my face, you're on the ground, you're going to get command grab. The floor is lava. Big Black has been using those assaults to try to get over those options, but going for assault all the time, then it can become a bit predictable, right? And you don't want to be predictable. That's the last thing you want to be, because Smiles can easily go for these anti-airs to stuff those approach and go into full damage combos, into those knockdowns, into those guess situations that we've been constantly seeing so far, those uncomfortable 50-50s, and Big Black is putting Smiles in these uncomfortable 50-50s of his own throw. Are we going to see another one? We see another one, a counter hit throw this time. Another throw, that's 4. Are we going to get a 5th one? Are we going to get to the no? We will not. Smiles takes it and gives Big Black a throw of their own.
It would have been very funny if Big Black had gone for that extra throw. Doesn't need it though, gets the overhead. And now we're going to last game, final round.
Well, he did go for that throw, right? Oh, and there's once again. That's why you want to play so careful about using that force function in neutral, because it is susceptible to those throws, and those throws have such huge range. And it's a bit deceptive too, because you don't really quite think that Waltzing can reach that far with these command grabs, but he can.
And there we go. Yeah, another throw. Chain shifts to continue.
Full
I wonder,
combo
maybe
going.
the scaling might be too much.
Oh, we're not going to go for IW. We're going for, go for 236C and hard knockdown. Okay, didn't believe in it. And you know, you have that health advantage too. So don't need to spend a lot of meter at this point. And Smiles securing their spot into winners finals, beating Big Black, sending them down to losers and looking so strong. Smiles, you know, kind of been on a roll with a lot of their bracket placements, but finally, what is this? At least guaranteed third place. But here we go, Soulsong versus Squish. I know they also want to beat their records, Squish especially, because Squish has forever been locked to that 5th place, that 7th place in top 8, and definitely wants to make it a lot further than that.
Yes, and right now is such a good time, better time than any, to break that curse and get into a top 3 situation.
Sure, looks like we're getting right into it. First clause divide, and we're immediately just running up into each other's space. Going for a dash block on round start too. So we're just playing very safe, and we're actually just respecting each other's neutrals.
Yeah, I mean, both these characters are the types that you have to give them a little bit extra respect. That way you're not just taking 4,000 out of nowhere, because they can and will do it to you.
And now Soulsong here a bit unsure of how to play against Squish's pressure right now. I mean, what can you do is very simple. 2A stagger pressure into spacing traps, and there it is. You go in the air. Bitasu is going to catch you lacking.
Did I say something about extra respecting on each other? Because there is very little respect going on right now. Every chance each player is getting is a chance they're taking to press buttons.
And press buttons is what Squish does with that parry. Will this be enough to kill? Yes, it will. Just barely. Let's see Tatsu doing just enough damage right there. And really interesting for Squish to use that parry. We don't see Akatsuki's use that parry too often, even though it seems like a strong force function. The thing is, like, that risk reward isn't really skewed in his favor whenever he does it, but when he does manage to land it, he does get a pretty solid reward off it, as we saw right there. And Squish is looking to get more than just a reward on defense, looking to get a reward on offense, as Squish finds that final hit to take that first game. Once again, looking so strong right now. And Soulsong, the win in their sales is kind of starting to die down. Soulsong had a great showing to make it into top 8, but Squish is really starting to challenge that.
Yeah, there's a lot that Squish is just putting on, not only into the mental stack, but just quickly onto the damage, not giving Soulsong a lot of time to even adapt. You see here, nice calm neutral.
Yeah, try to go for the 60. Okay. We're just going to chase Soulsong down. 5A hits. Not a confirm. Throw. Okay. Tries to go for that assault, and Squish, great block on that overhead.
Gets the counter hit here. Good start to a combo. Gonna be sent to the corner. Get a nice little Oki. Use a change shift. Gets the overhead counter hit too. This is huge damage opportunity. Will this be taken all the way to the bank?
Yes, it will. I wonder if Squish tried to go for an anti-air on that assault attempt, because they did get counter hit right there. But the thing is, like, assault is so fast where you can't reliably anti-air with a button unless it's on a read, which is not quite what Squish was able to get right there. But they won't be. Yeah.
It might have just been like a slightly late 4B option too.
Yeah,
like I know this works here. I just pressed it a little too late.
Next thing plus.
Good blocks. Oh, tries to jump out and gets sent right back in.
Taking some green shields here and there, trying to win the Vorpal cycle, but now you're grid broken, so what can you do? Soulsong staying plus, spending that meter, and there's another assault, cracking Squish high. These assaults have been doing a lot of good work for Soulsong so far. It's a quick game too.
Yeah, this was very quick. I know this is going to game 3, but it's barely felt like we've gone through game 1.
Yeah, for sure. And I like the Soulsong's defensive adjustment too. You know, going for 6B on defense is just really strong, especially after these fireballs, because you know he is plus, but you know if he tries to approach you, that 6B is going to kind of just stuff you, and Soulsong can't go into those full combos if it manages to hit, though it does lose to those assaults that we've seen Squish do here in some points in his pressure. So you can get smoked, but you know it's that RPS that you have to play with really any part of a fighting game and really any part of Under Night right here. Going for the cross up.
Yeah, and into the corner. Just casual 3,400 damage, you know. We were there mid screen to start with. Barely got to the corner. Casual Akatsi things. Oh, speaking of casual Akatsi things.
Oh. Yes, we are spending IW. We're also going to get that meter refund as well. 50 meter going into the next round here. And that was kind of overkill, right? You know, that IW did so much damage in the previous version, got buffed even more in this version as well. So it just hits like a truck when it does land. So Squish can go for those easy kills if he decides to spend all of his meter. Same thing with Soulsong though, because Wagner, also a high damage character, can really make the most out of their openings that they do find if they have full meter on hand. But will Soulsong be able to find a hit? It's going to be really tough because Squish is playing at such a good range right now, where 6B is really the only way to reliably catch Squish right now, because he's playing at the edge of his 2B ranges.
Yeah. Even though Squish is playing at the edge of range, they're still very easily confirmable too. Into 4Ks, into 5.5. Oh no, the Veil Off gets punished. Unfortunate. Soulsong getting sent down to losers. Squish making it a 2-1 to move on to face Big Black.
My head is in my hands right now. That was an unfortunate loss right there.
But time will tell.
Oh,
Top
my
8
bad.
changes a person.
One correction. I gave some misinformation for a moment right there. Yeah, Smiles is the one playing against Squish in winners finals. I just read the bracket wrong because the bracket got updated wrong, but it's okay. Big Black, yeah, in losers, Smiles in winners, and we have our winners finals of the Aegis Esports number 8 right now. Smiles versus Squish. What's the round start going to be? Back up Fireball, just going for something very patient and just zoning out Smiles.
Okay, mutual concentration moment. Both of them just allowing each other to get free grid. Squish taking full advantage of it. That chain shift putting almost a 200 meter immediately.
Yeah, Squish is like, I have a lot of screen to work with. I'm going to use it, right? Just backing up, concentrating, and what can Smiles do right now, right? Really just Assault is the most reliable way to get pressure from that range, and Squish can easily react to that. Range, go for something like a stand shield, and just make you completely minus as he takes back his turn. And okay, the crazy thing about the interaction is that Waldstein's unique trait is that his claw attacks, his specials, his normal, destroy projectiles. But because there are so many projectiles from that 236C, it couldn't destroy all of them. And Squish was able to get that final hit to land and confirm off that one interaction. That was absolutely absurd.
Yeah, good on Squish for knowing that interaction of, yeah, you can destroy some of my projectiles, not all of them. And all I need is just one. It only takes one.
Yeah, one of them leaking by like his balloons. You know, you're playing on Chimp's difficulty. The red balloon makes it to the end of the stage. You're like, where did it come from? I know that reference is going to fly over some people's heads.
Sadly, Balloon's great game.
It is a great game.
Childhood. Balloons 3.
Okay, Squish has this corner advantage. Oh, okay, that was an option, all right. Went for I believe that was a fuzzy overhead with the JA, which is something you can do against Waldstein because, you know, he's one of the larger characters in the cast. But not really much you could really do to confirm off of it when it did land, as we saw right there. Still though, you know, even up the round, Squish hasn't lost this game just yet, and we're just staying at that full screen, just concentrating. But Smiles already has that grid lead, so Squish has to be the one to approach right now.
You know, I'm always a fan of exploiting big body heights. But sometimes it's just not the right move. And it isn't enough.
To the wall, to the other wall, like reading their mind.
Yeah.
Oh no, things are not looking good right now. G36C, now you're in your face. Squish though, stuck without a meter, and now that Smiles has those plus frames, has the meter, has the Vorpal cycle. There's not much you could do right there. That felt very much like a checkmate situation as Smiles was able to take that game and even it up against Squish here in winners finals. I believe we're 1-1, right? So 2 games for both these players. Oh,
Yeah,
see fresh in the chat. Yeah, you got the reference.
I would say it was a checkmate. I mean, Smiles had Vorpal, had so much grid to change shift into. On top of 200 meter, you are lucky, and you should send that clip onto Twitter if you're able to even just live through it. Didn't matter if you won the round, just living through that situation was enough.
Yeah, for sure. And he was also playing at a range too, where really all Squish could do is like maybe run up to A, something like that. And that can also be like a very committal, very telegraphed, and can't go reliably for those projectiles because, again, they can be destroyed if Smiles goes for those claw normals, those claw specials to destroy them.
Already ending pretty safe. So much grid. Yep, change shift to go for that fuzzy overhead. You gotta love to see it, and getting blocked too from Smiles, knowing which way to block or even being able to just OS it. Top tier, and finally gets quite a hit, and there's that second destructive counter hit. You are getting sent to round 2.
All right, and yeah, the only way to punish that Bitatsu is actually to shield that final hit, and that can be a bit tough to react to, especially like just trying to figure out, is he going for the A Tatsu, is he going for the B Tatsu, like which Tatsu is he going for. And we're seeing it right there once again, and great shield from Smiles to get that punish with the command grab right there. Now you're stuck in the corner, has a lot of meter to work with. We've seen this situation before, but this time Squish has a meter, has the chain shift, the Vorpal cycle as well, so can start to make something happen. Oh, Smiles, great blocks and all this, but not able to take that throw, and you're slowly getting pushed closer and closer to the other wall, coast to coast.
And with a little bit of hits, there we go. Smiles finding ways to mash out. Unfortunately, has to block from the EX shot. And good tech, there we go. Smiles a little waking up and finds the last hit as Celestial comes online.
Smiles going to take the lead against Squish right now. Just needs to win one more if they want to take this winners final set, make their way into grand finals winner side, and secure themselves a top 2 spot. That would be nice, right? You know, once again, Smiles' best placement was number 3 at one of these Aegis Esports events, so definitely wants to beat that ranking. Though Squish is going to give them a fight for their life. We're just running right in, dash, normal, easy, confirm, and into the corner you go from round start.
Yeah, gets a little concentrate, you know, easy. Who needs frame kills when you've got concentrate? Gets the grid break, but Smiles says, nah, you're throwing me? It's my turn. And could not get the kill, and yep. Salty, you messed up your media against Smiles. You know what that means.
I think I know what it means. Oh, but we're not gonna be seeing it.
Yeah, unfortunately, Smiles tried pressing at the wrong time. Okay, I see you, Smiles.
Okay. And Smiles once again playing very patient, doesn't really have a lot of resources to work with, and Squish on the other hand has a lot of resources, has that advantage, has the frame advantage as well here in this neutral state, in this pressure state, and you know, Smiles is just respecting it until they are able to get some resources on hand, though Squish is giving them a very hard time. This is going to be enough to kill. Chain shift, doesn't even need to spend it, just going for a regular optimal combo, up high, down low. Squish takes a game against Smiles, fighting back, defending their placement, trying to get into grand finals and winner's side as well.
Yeah, There's not just one person that wants to get there, and Squish is definitely proving it.
Yeah, and Squish also has already beaten their best placement at an Aegis Esports event. I mean, we're in winners finals. They have guaranteed themselves a third place spot, but they want to get into the money. You know what I mean? They want to get into that second place spot, first place spot, hopefully get a chunk of that $100 prize pool that we have every single week for Aegis Esports. So, you know, if you're watching right now, you haven't joined before and you think you can make it to that point, you know, give it a shot.
Yeah. And I mean, the UNI community would definitely welcome more people joining these tournaments. The more, the merrier. Oh no, you get the screen pause, you see Vault throwing those hands back, and you just know you can't do anything about that.
Oh no, is this going to be another Smiles round? Is this going to be a Smiles game as he smiles down on top of you? You're stuck in the corner playing at this range. Great tech on the command grab, but Smiles is playing at the best range for his normals, and Squish has to go for something committal as we keep on seeing. Though Squish is able to get out of the corner, sneak right on by, and get a combo of his own.
Stagger pressure's coming in, ends safely, so Smiles gets pressure started. Ends as quick as that.
I think we could have killed there, but I know that Squish is probably trying to save resources, right? Definitely wants to keep those resources going to this next round, because that's exactly what he needs if he wants to beat Smiles right now. So whenever Smiles does get that resource advantage, then you know, like, things start to skew in his favor, right?
Exactly.
That was
the punish on the throw. And Veil off coming in. Good.
Quick shout out to the Big Black Raid. Hopefully your bracket run went well for you. Sad to see you already be knocked out by Defiant, but you know, every single one of these brackets is killer bracket. A piranha pit, and Squish is one of those piranhas right now, denying Smiles this grand final spot. Able to take the advantage once again. We'll just keep on pushing this advantage to be into Tatu, into fireballs. And Smiles, the moment they're about to lose in this round, in this game, they go for a command grab. Classic Smiles, classic grappler. Empty assault into... Okay.
Speaking of classic grappler, you know, just with a ground smash, you're not safe even outside of grab range.
Life pools are evened up, and we just run in for the 2B, sneaking right under Smiles' hitbox and just shrinking his hurtbox down as well. And it looks like, you know, we were a bit wrong in the on the set count. I kind of messed up. C-Fresh was the one that was good at counting. It was not a 2-2. It was, in fact, a 2-1. But now it is a 2-2 as Squish evens up this set once again, trying to deny Smiles this grand finals placement. And it could definitely go either way. It is going the distance. We're in game number 5 right now between these two players.
Definitely. And you know, Squish is on the cusp of a reverse 3-0. And against Smiles, that is a huge achievement. But Smiles is already starting this off, just getting the angers. I was like, you know, I decided to go on this little dial-up journey to adapt to you. And now here's the results of it.
High down the ground, meter spend. Oh, okay, we're just DPing right out. 2-2B.
And sometimes you just need the reversal to get your way back. Very low risk, because if you were wrong anyway, you were dead.
Wouldn't that be high risk?
I see it as a low risk, because if...
Well, you don't want to lose the round.
On any option, it was death.
Here you go. We're going to take it to a final game, final round. Squish looking to make that happen. But every single time, Squish has always been taking the lead, and Smiles just plays that god defense with Walsey. Not breaking under pressure, not cracking, but these throws might make Smiles crack right now. Run up to A, and I love the just the confidence of just holding their ground, not even trying to go for those techs. And the moment they do, they're able to get those plus frames. Now start to turn things around.
And already here gets a nice combo confirm. looking to get one good combo here to send it to the final round. And this could very well be it. The question is, how much meter will Squish be using? Trying to go for a meterless kill.
Yeah, because there was so much scaling tied to that parry, but there is not a lot of scaling tied to that overhead. The 6V coming down, the axe chop on your head. Squish evens up the round. We're a final game, final round situation. Both players even meter, even resources, and who is going to win this next Vorpal cycle? It might just be Smiles, and that will be really huge because it'll be very good for their offense. It'll be really good for their defense, and they'll get that meter along with it as well. So there it is, the meter coming in, and now Smiles can keep this pressure going on for much longer and has those defensive options like the C command grab if they want to use it on a wake up.
Gets to assault in, confirms the hit. Unfortunately, could not punish the Tatsu in time.
That was crazy.
So much happening, and it's all coming up in Squish's favor.
Oh, okay, yeah. Great usage of that chain shift, sniping out that assault attempt. And Smiles, things are not looking good for them right now. Squish hoping to take this next Vorpal cycle. Oh, gets clipped by the 2V. No, you will not.
Cannot confirm with the EX, and that's going to be perfect time for Smiles to get a little throw there. There we go, Veil off of hers. This could be one touch to death. No, uses it all just to get a grab.
Oh, 4B lands. Okay, block out the 623C. Oh, we are so even right now. We are down to the wire between these two players. Finds the assault JA, and there it is. A Squish trying to go for an assault in, trying to go for a DP in response, but Smiles getting it out, and that bait will win them that set as they move on into winners side grand finals. What a winners finals tonight. That was insane.
It's always a really fun time to see, seeing a lot of the typical really late placers. It's cool and all, but when some new people, they show up there, get that high placements, it's not only is it an adrenaline rush for them, but it's hype for us to see because we get those stories and we get so much more to talk about. And, sometimes it's just good to have some new faces just by itself.
But you know what else is hype?
Kuon.
Losers semifinals, Defiant on the Kuon instead. No more Enkidu. Once again, just plays every single character in the cast. Like every character in the cast, it seems. And on the other hand, we have CG. We do know CG for that Enkidu, but CG actually playing Tsurugi in this tournament. And that name. That name kills me. The Gridler. I'm sorry, man. I'm sorry. I'm rooting for Defiant now.
Just like that, it just took one name. It doesn't matter. We could have Defiant be on your least favorite character, but because of CG's name.
See, Fresh, you need to stop. I need to take your chat privileges away. I know you're a producer, but you are not allowed to talk in chat anymore. All right, we are even up right now, and a big starter for CG right here because now that's going to throw Defiant into the corner, and now Defiant does have option like C Fireball. Not C Fireball, C Flash Kick, B Flash Kick, and just going to close it off with a run-up throw instead. Defiant taking that first round.
Using guard thrust, pretty good. A lot of people are going to expect you to use some of your other reversal options if you have them, but good old guard thrust will get the job done.
Yeah, I think Defiant maybe not using the I guess really believing their defense, does not really want to use the flash kick all too often because you got to also keep in mind that Kuon's DP, his flash kick, his reversal is relatively slower than the rest of the cast. So you got to keep that in mind that it's not going to beat out as much as other characters would. Oh, not enough to kill. CG
I thought that would have done way more damage.
We're just going for the 623C, scooping Defiant right up, and you get a full combo off that as well. CG kind of dropped it right there, but the fact that you could get an insane combo like that is absolutely crazy. But not going to be able to see it just yet because Defiant takes that first game with the Kuon. I really like what I'm seeing so far.
Yeah, we're keeping with the Tsurugi here. No swap to the Enkidu.
Yeah, once again, with all these weeklies happening every single week, and just the plentiful amount of online brackets that we have for this game, it can really just let these top players expand their toolkits, expand their skills with different characters, and see what works in a tournament setting, right, and practice them. So it's really cool to see them bust out these new characters that they're not normally known for.
Absolutely. And already has Vorpal online. Defiant, content to just sit there, finds the punish. This is the reward you reap from being just a little bit more patient.
Go for the concentrate, go for the chain shift, and there it is, like that 3C, a great normal for Kuon. It just slides right in. If you have chain shift, if you have meter, that's instant neutral skip. It's just an incredibly strong option that Kuon has on the ground when he's not trying to float all the time, because remember, float can be really expensive being a force function. If you're not moving forward, you're losing grid constantly, and that can be really tough, especially when you want to win these Vorpal cycles, especially against a belligerent character like Tsurugi that can just keep their oppression up for just so long. Like this, I mean, just go for that round start, 2-3-6C, use those plus frames, try to bait out a DP actually, but Defiant not biting and holding onto those resources because of it.
Yeah, and with holding on to resources, gets to use EX Hero's special to get some of that time to win the Orbital cycle, immediately goes for a chain shift too. And you're going to be stuck in the corner. You gotta guess. You do have EXDP. You gotta be incredibly careful when you're going to use it.
Right.
Ow.
Way out. Also, the thing is about Kuon pressure, and that the fact that I think CG is picking up on as well, is that Kuon's pressure has a bit bigger gaps than other characters in the cast would. You know, he has no fast normal, and his rebeats aren't the best. You know, they are a little, like, a few frames slower than the rest of the cast, especially like 5A, for example, which actually is throw punishable if you block it and he doesn't cancel it right up in your face. Though we're not going to be seeing that happen too often, but the fact that it is a -4 is really important to keep in mind, because it does, once again, create those bigger gaps that you can take advantage of, and 6-2-3A, stuff like those, options like those can just really catch it.
Unfortunately, Defiant wasn't blocking the whole DP. Could have gotten very good punish, turned into advantage for CG. And here with such a large grid advantage, CG trying to make anything. And the grid break too. But it doesn't matter. We're waking up. We're punishing a timed meaty.
Back up, sitting patient once again, and just waiting for that one opportunity to mash out, press a button, use the range of Kuon's normals to his advantage. That's one of the big strengths of this character, is that he has very big normals that outrange a lot of other characters. And well, so I hope we see more of CG in later tournaments. And I hope to see Squish and Defiant more often, because that will be our next set coming up.
Absolutely. We're now in the losers finals, so we're moving this back to the first of 3. And there is quite a lot that can go on when you have 2 characters, 2 players even, that are just content to throw damage at each other.
And I like how Squish was so aggressive on that round start right there. He knew that a lot of Kuon's strongest round start options are like back up into like laser or pillar. And these are all like great zoning tools. So Squish just wants to minimize that completely and just runs up in Defiant's face and just taking a huge lead because of it. Because now Defiant's in the corner, has limited defensive options, doesn't have a 5 frame, so can't mash out, and has a slow DP as well. So you gotta really keep that in mind.
Absolutely. And I mean, look at Squish, already has such a huge life advantage. Is at 200 meter. Uses 100. All of the trading of meter ends up in Defiant's favor. Life totals are equalizing.
Defiant is playing insane right now to make this comeback. No! Okay, there it is. Pinwheel out, and just the threat of that pinwheel, that strike, and went for that throw instead, grid breaking him. Yeah, Squish really just wanted to shield it, get that free grid, but that will not be the case because of that chain shift. Yeah, and Squish making some mistakes here and there too.
Yeah. One of those sneaky mechanics. I mean, that ending to that round is definitely a little shaking. So little mistakes here, not anything outside the realm of normalcy. Very hard not to get shaken by that.
Oh. Okay. Yeah, grid break. Try to stand block that A toss. Of course, you can always go for that low immediately afterwards and break that shield, break that grid. Oh no, is Defiant going to kill right here? Has the chain shift, has the IW, and we're just going to go spend that IW, not worry about the scaling. And even if this IW doesn't really do a lot of damage, this is plenty to kill when that health is this low. Defiant taking the first game here of losers finals.
Squish definitely not out of it. There's, even though Defiant has some really good defense, found some really good match points, there's just those little things that tighten up a little bit from Squish, and then suddenly these mashable gaps turn into frame traps, and you're dealing 4,500 damage just casually on a Monday.
We're seeing these spacing traps come into play, the Tatsu pressure as well, and yeah, once again, grid broken. We've seen this situation happen multiple times already, and yeah, I think Defiant right now is really trying to maybe go for a shield attempt on the B Tatsu to get that free punish, but we're doing it on A Tatsu. Obviously, we're seeing these grid breaks, and Squish is able to take the advantage because of it. But oh no, it's a similar situation. Defiant out of the corner, a free man out of jail. Squish, hold on, don't choke. Now you have the meter advantage, you have the grid advantage, you have a lot of resources to work with, and you have a lot of health, so you can play patient if you want. Defiant also wants to play patient as well, so I mean, you're going to have to approach at some point. We're just going to use some really smart dash blocking to get in.
Absolutely, approaching. There we go. Just ready to find that gap where Defiant's defense has wavered for a second and approach. And oh, I don't know what EX was sent out there. It's hit out immediately in startup.
Backing up, 2C. I think that's 2C. It might be 2B, I'm not too sure. Oh, wow. I'm surprised that didn't hit right there.
Yeah, I think Defiant was more so canceling just to keep a little bit of safety there from Squish's rapid advancement.
Up, playing patient. It's 236 in your face. Oh, 236 again. Okay.
Back throw. Yeah, now Defiant is gonna just keep throwing all of these moves from downtown. Does not want to interact.
Yeah, just backing up, playing lame. You approach me. What are you going to do about it?
You can have the grid wars. I don't care. I have the life lead.
The Squish slowly getting chipped out to the point where a single run up throw will be enough. That was a gold throw too. So Squish, you better get those push-ups in. Am I right? Because Squish here trying to take this game, though Defiant is not going to let them have it so handedly. This is the second game too. It feels like it's been going on for so long, but it's been just really patient back and forth between these two players.
Absolutely.
Not a lot of commitments.
Changed it. Yeah. Oh, finds a counter. Not able to extend it. Oh, gets the overhead. So many of these hits. Not a lot of confirm opportunities, but speak of the devil and they will appear.
All right, Squish.
We're at 1-1.
Mm-hmm. Bringing it back. Staying alive. Yeah, and DBZ formers. Yeah, TRM, I thought it was a TRM too. I wasn't quite sure. So I just went for the, gold throw push-ups. But yeah, there are definitely TRM setups and just TRMs in general that can happen. Oh no, are we having no music?
Keep pressing.
Again?
Oh, what happened to our music?
Not the losers finals, no music training stage. Which gentleman here in this set chose this? I'm gonna have a talk with him afterwards. Counter hit from Defiant. There's a throw coming in. Squish staying alive.
That didn't kill. Oh, okay, there it is.
Hit scan laser.
I think Squish.
That's gonna catch.
Yeah, there's a non-zero chance Squish just took the hands off the controller there, because it did look like it killed. Oh, the chain shift gets counter hit afterwards, though. That is unfortunate. You're going to eat quite a bit of damage. Has to deal with this good spaced pressure into throw.
Great combo. Yeah, and Q1 has insane meter gain. That's another thing that you don't really talk a lot about this character, but it is something that he has. So when he puts you into these combos, he can build up so much meter and just cash out with that meter as well. So his average combo damage can be very high if he chooses to spend the resource, spend that cash, and Squish using that assault to get right on over. None of those lasers could do anything when Squish was that up high. Tries to go for a parry. Defiant, maybe not an intentional bait, but it's going to get baited out, and Defiant is going to throw Squish here into the corner pinwheel setup as well. Going to win the purple cycle just barely. In Squish, yeah, try to go for that burst option with that Bitatsu, but not able to get out the way he wanted to.
Yeah, chain shifts, able to keep safe. That's super good special move from Kuon. Just, sometimes if it whiffs, it's not good anymore. You need to chain shift your way out of danger. We've got 100 meter already back again.
VO, but Squish was just out of range. A CVO being popped. Are we going to get the IW at the end? Yes, we will. Just barely, just in the nick of time. How much damage is this going to be? 5.5 on the dot.
And there's the meaty.
And here it is. Like, we've been seeing Squish do that pressure a lot, where Squish will go for throw into 2C, right? Then it's worked on Defiant really well in previous sets, right? So Squish is actually mixing it up and instead going for a throw into 2C meaty instead, and it's actually going to catch Defiant off guard, maybe expecting another throw coming out. It's that conditioning at play.
Very much. Oh my god, yeah, Defiant was just pressing the same button again and again, and it goes into some very good advantage.
Oh yeah, tries to shield it, saw that green shield, and Squish is like, okay, yeah, I have to spend a meter here with the 236C if I want to not get punished. Seeing it again, and yeah, Defiant is like, okay, yeah, shield, my turn.
Oh, runs right into the beam, and goodbye health bar. Floating all over the screen. What are you going to do? You cannot really approach Kuon when he's in the air like that. Steer ender, very simple combo. And we're just going to go for the simple meaty as well. Going to catch Squish off guard. Has a lot of mirror, and there it is, the pinwheel coming out. And we can easily go for something like, 3C into super pinwheel. That is an option that you'll see that Defiant likes to throw out a lot. I think that was a super laser, but going to get stuffed out because, it has a bit of startup tied to it. And, didn't combo, but it's okay. Gets the secondary confirm. And 2-1 name of the game.
Please do not roll no music training stage. Okay, we got a different stage. Do we have music? Yes, we will.
We have music.
I hear music. I'm hype again. And you better be, because this is game number 5 of Losers Finals. We're taking in the distance once again, and Defiant is looking to end the journey here, the end of the road for Squish. A fireball into the pinwheel, taking their turn. And here once again.
And all this damage. EX pinwheel. One touch. And there it is.
Instantly ready to confirm off of that. Defiant on another level in this round right here. Parry, okay, it's to the roll actually. I think this is the very first time we've seen that roll in this bracket tonight.
I think so. Oh, gets the punish though. It's Squish not out of it yet.
Not out at all. Fireball after fireball after fireball, but Squish now is just using up all of his resources to try and just chip away at Defiant's health. Finally, the 1-2-3-6C is able to hit, and that might be the 1-2-3-6C that counts the most, though they're going to have to survive one more mix, one more combo from Defiant, because if you get hit right here, especially when Defiant has resources, then things are not going to look good, though Defiant's going to spend some of that meter on the green shield, so going to spend a bit of meter to get a bit of grit along with it. And the life pool is evened up. Great shields, great blocks from Squish, blocking that overhead. And now is in Celestial State. Time to cash out big. 200 meter for free. And we're just going to dash block in, waiting for those resources to pile in. But Defiant can just play that simple zoning game. And once Squish tries to approach, laser hits, 3C, easy confirm from any point in the screen, and Defiant is able to take Losers Finals over Squish 3-2, secure their spot in Grand Finals to play against Smiles.
Because you could have all the zoning tools you could ever want, but Smiles will just sit there and accept it and just wait, biding time until that one opportunity shows itself. And then all of a sudden, everything's not going your way anymore. All speaking, grid break to start it off.
But this is a horrible start for Smiles. Still though, Smiles on that winner side, Defiant on that loser side, so Smiles has that safety net. Just needs to win one set while Defiant needs to win two, but we've been seeing Defiant come back from worse, coming from loser side as well. Has that momentum. Smiles may be cooling down a bit because Defiant is on a roll in this round. Was nothing but death. That combo was insane. This pressure is insane right now, building up so much meter, and we're just keeping this pressure going for so long, but now that Defiant has no more meter to work with, you just have to back up, play patient, shoot out these lasers, shoot out these pillars to keep Smiles zoned out, and the moment that you do score a hit, that 3C can easily confirm right in his face and get that full combo. Smiles here reversing the situation around with a great round starter of their own.
Another throw. Already 50% of your life bar has been deleted. But we know Defiant, just like Smiles, is very confident no matter the health differential. And let's look sitting here. I don't care that this life total is a mountain to climb. It is mine to have my climbing gear on.
The reaction.
Your health bar drain.
Yeah, Defiant really just setting the pace of this round, of this set so far. Like you play to Kuon's speed. If Kuon is playing slow, you have to play slow. If Kuon is playing fast, you have to play fast. That will be enough to kill. Okay.
I thought
I didn't
for
believe
sure
it.
Defiant had one more hit left. Oh, just sending pillar after pillar, laser after laser.
It's like, you know what? I'm done with it. Run up throw.
Counter hit, change it. Oh, wait. Wow, just Defiant appearing on the other side.
VO, this could be huge right here because they have that Vorpal bonus damage, they have that VO bonus damage, and that is over 1k bonus damage. Add to that combo to make it 5.7k and make it enough to kill as well. That was almost a 6k damage right off rip. And yeah, that's,
oh my god,
that's what makes VO so scary, right? That's what makes VO so scary.
Yeah, and especially because all of that's just backing Smiles. That combo alone, just without the Veil Off and without Vorpal, was still a 4.6k damage combo.
And okay, I think we found the culprit. Defiant, please don't do this to us. I don't want no music training stage, please. You know, you can play this by your own. You can play this with your CPUs, but you know, on
in your training mode.
I have a problem with that. I don't think I'm rooting for you anymore, Defiant.
Oh wow, how fickle the commentator bias is.
You know, I was only rooting for you because CG was named the Riddler. Solid combo in the mid screen. That's going to be a pretty decent amount of, well, not corner carry, but damage right here. And you have that set up in the mid screen as well, where you can go for those cross-ups that we saw right there. But great blocks from Smiles, not breaking. We've been seeing a great defense so far all the time from Smiles. That's something you can easily expect. And just playing a very slow approach, very slow game, hoping to find one opening. And there it is, Assault into the body slam. That's a really great option because it beats a lot of the lasers, right, that Defiant wants to throw out, but it doesn't beat Pillar. So you got to keep in mind that you want to be careful even then if you want to beat the zoning game that Defiant is throwing out.
Absolutely. Ooh, back throw situation, uses chain shift. You know, guard thrust. Defiant not wanting to deal with Smiles pressure. The Veil Off. Gotta be very careful. And 20 seconds left, finds the last hit.
I wouldn't be surprised if we see. Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if we see a timeout at some point. It's been becoming more and more rare with UNI too, but I would love to see that happen right now. Though, who is going to be the one timing out who? I'm not quite sure.
If anything, it's going to be, yeah, both these characters, both these players, they're just content to sit there and hold down back at against each other for a couple seconds.
Hit. Vorpal cycle.
Oh, tried to whiff punish. Defiant thought he was far enough away to avoid the ground pound. No.
As concentrate. Oh, okay. I love that right there from Smiles. Instead of going for a concentrating return, actually went for an assault instead to win that Vorpal cycle, and also stay plus in your face because if Defiant didn't shield it, which wasn't what happened, then Smiles gets to stay plus.
And yet Defiant backing off again.
Wow.
Smiles all too happy to let it happen.
Ground slam after ground slam. Smiles is on tournament point. One more game to go. Does Defiant keep their honor? Yes, Defiant keeps their honor, staying on the Kuon, trying to make this happen. Can we see Defiant make a reverse 3-0 to win this reset? It's going to be real tough.
Yes, and we get Smiles stage. Already starting it off pretty confident.
Yo, Smiles playing on Park with what's the music in the background?
Don't ask me.
Non-SA theme? Non-SA theme on Park? Smiles, you're my GOAT. Smiles, you better win this. Wait, sorry, I stay professional. You know, it can go either way between these two players. You know, I'm not really having any strong bias for either of these two players. You know, they're both playing very strong, playing out of their minds right now here in Grand Finals of Aegis Esports number 8. You know, I'd be happy to see them go either way.
Big anti-air from Smiles there. And already big combo. Confirm even mid. Oh, we're going to the corner.
As Celestial as well, this will be plenty enough to kill 500 extra damage, and that combo wasn't even over yet. Smiles is on tournament point, just needs to win one more round, has the meter advantage, and is constantly finding these hits, finally finding that sweet spot, finding that range that Defiant is struggling to defend against, and struggling to really work around that space where Smiles can just throw out these big hitboxes, these big normals, these big specials that he can easily convert off of. And there it is, you're in the air trying to avoid that force function, but you also got to keep in mind that 236C coming in, big claw attack, and can lead to a strong combo afterwards as well. Smiles once again has Vorpal trait and is going to go for that chain shift to keep this pressure going, has a lot of meter on hand. A single command grab will be enough, and Smiles knows that. Smiles has a huge health advantage and Defiant does not. Defiant has to play out of their mind right now, completely avoiding that command grab attempt.
And back throw just knew the run-up was coming into a throwable situation. Smiles still closer, can just keep holding down back.
One more hit.
Time is only of the essence for Defiant.
One more hit. Smiles maybe trying to wait for Defiant to press a button, trying to approach, trying to go for a float maybe. Chain shift on deck. Pause button, okay.
Uses the ground slam, wants to try and get 100 meter here. And might have just sacrificed a little bit of life. There's 100 meter, and the anti-air will do it. Smiles first time in top 3 makes it a first win of an Aegis weekly tournament.
Congratulations to Smiles taking first place tonight with the vault scene as well. And congratulations to Defiant making second place. As always, Defiant, a huge top place finisher here at Aegis Esports, plays in every single one of them. So you'll be able to catch them anytime, any week. And just like that, that's it. That was some great under night action tonight, but unfortunately, we're going to have to call it a night right here. Great showing to all the players that came out. I believe we had over 30 players show up, so, always a respectable number, and a lot of top players showing up as well, as we saw in that top 8. But I'm Salte Boy, joined here by Kopi. Kopi, you have anything you want to say?
So just want to remind, this happens every Monday. Aegis consistent with their brackets. There's also the semifinals to the Guilty Gear Strive Team League that will be happening this Wednesday evening. Even if you're just a Uni player, go and see some very, very hype action. There's just too many good teams left. There's North Carolina's team. There's New Head's own team. There's Nine Moon's own team. And I am blinking on the fourth. It is For Faith, the Kai player extraordinaire. Don't want to miss it. That is all I have.